What's going on, guys? It's the Bigs Podcast, episode 23, and today we're gonna place our bets. Mike Haber, all the way from Northern New Jersey, staying up late with us this evening. How are you doing tonight? I've got 30 different bets tonight for us to go over.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm psyched for it. And here we are, like days away from our draft, Joe. 3 days from our draft. I'm so excited. This is draft weekend.
Yeah.
I purposefully set myself up to have three drafts this weekend.
Mhm.
Haven't drafted once since or yet.
Hmm.
So I am so excited. I'm in baseball glory right now.
All right, this is like the Super Bowl 3 days in a row for you. Um,
Yep.
Also, coincidentally and weirdly enough, I don't know if Ben planned this, but it's also WrestleMania weekend. Go figure. Um,
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah, I mean, he couldn't have planned it. How would he have known that the lockout was going to push opening day back a week? Anyway,
Anyway.
let's get this thing started. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing here. So, last year and specifically in 2020, we placed a lot of bets against each other. This year, I'm making it into a competition in our league. Guys, I will be posting a link to a form stack with all of these in place. They'll either be fill in the blank answers or they'll be an over or under decision. A lot of them are there's a couple in here that are a little convoluted. There's a lot of like, if this guy and this guy combined is over or under X number of whatevers. Okay. Um, and then there's some just like, who's gonna have the best batting average on this team? Okay. Let's get this thing
Love it.
underway. I'm gonna start. Oh yeah, by the way, everybody who enters to win a free signed baseball card.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. I just sent out, what did I say, 30 off air I just sent to like
Yeah.
mostly current players.
Yep.
Okay. And like mostly good players too.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
if I get these things back, that's what's going to be some of these prizes. So get your entries in. It'll take you 20 minutes max. We have this one and we have the over under team totals going on. All right. So check those out. Get in on this. I want to give somebody a free card. Mike Haber, let's start it off here. We're going to start in the American League. I'm going to go alphabetically by location. So we're starting with Baltimore. Their
Okay.
team ERA last year was 5.84, and that's where I'm going to put the number over or under the 2022 Baltimore Orioles team ERA, over or under 584.
That's a high number, Joe.
Yeah, it is, man.
But like you look at this roster and who's going to give them anything quality except for John Means?
Right.
I I got to go over.
Wow.
That seems like such a high number though.
It's ridiculously high. It was the worst in the majors. Um, and I just don't see how they could be worse.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say under. I don't think they don't need to be terrific to be under a 584. They can
Yeah.
lose 100 games, throw to a 5.6 ERA, and I win. I'll take that.
All
I'll
right,
take
I'm gonna stick with my over on that.
All right.
Yeah, I have
We're
no faith in this team.
Hey, you know what? Your Yankees need to you need to beat up on them in order to do
Yeah,
that.
and hey, the rest of the AL East has only gotten better. So
Mhm. Yeah. All right. That will move us on to the Boston Red Sox. And my question to you, Mike Haber, is who will lead the team in saves in 2022?
man, that's a tough call.
I know. None of these are going to be easy, and most of them are going to be like the questions that everybody's asking.
And
So
this is an important question to ask before our draft, right? I mean, who's
that's
going to
why I
be?
loved the idea of this show. I was like, this is going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
So as it stands right now, Roster Resource has the closer's job split between Garrett Whitlock, Jake Diekman, and Matt Barnes.
I I see them starting the season with Barnes
Mhm.
as closer. Um, because I know they like Whitlock in like a, sort of like that eighth inning, like heart of the order type role, but I feel like he's just got the pure stuff to like run away with the job if Barnes inevitably gets hurt. So I'm actually gonna take Whitlock here.
I thought I was going to be the contrarian by taking Whitlock as well, but I guess I'm going to be in the majority on this one.
All right.
Um, we will move on to the Chicago White Sox. I have two for this one,
Okay.
specifically because I like this one player. It's going to be Luis Roberts' batting average for 2022, over or under 299.
Ooh. Um, is Luis Robert a 300 hitter?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go under, slightly under.
Mhm.
I believe in the talent, but I think that it's hard to be a 300 hitter these days, and I see him like killing it in the stats department, but I think 300 is a bit high for me.
So in 275 at bats in 2021, he hit 338 with 13 homers, 6 steals, a 378 on base percentage. Like, this was interesting.
Yeah.
This was a big sample size. Like,
Hmm.
it's not nothing.
That's
It,
true.
it's more than the 60 game sample that he would have in 2020, where he only hit 233.
Hmm.
This is a 100-point differential here. The question is whether or not he falls closer to 338 than he will 233, and I think that's accurate. 299 is the interesting number. I'm just going to take the over and hope and root for the young kid, and hopefully he has a big season. By that same token, I ask you, who is going to lead the Chicago White Sox in wins?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the easy pick here. I'm gonna say Giolito.
Okay.
I think Lance Lynn is great, but I think Giolito, there's more that we haven't seen from him.
Mm.
Because he's still what, 27 years old? 26?
27. He'll be 28 this coming year.
Okay. Yeah, I think Giolito's set up for a huge year. Um, I'll take him.
He's had an ERA of 3.41, 3.48, and 3.53 of the last 3 seasons. What if that's just what he is? Like,
Hmm.
what if he's just a 3.5 ERA guy? Like, what if
Yeah,
he just never takes another step forward?
it's possible.
So, with that being said, 14 wins in 2019 when he broke out, and 11 wins in 2021, and 4 wins in 12 starts in 2020, for whatever that's worth.
Okay.
I don't disagree with you that he's going to be in line for plenty of good starts. I'm just going to take Lance Lynn because Lynn
Okay.
pitches deeper into games, which gives him more opportunities.
Okay.
But I could totally see Giolito being the answer too. Here's a fun one for the Cleveland Guardians, Mike
Oh,
Haver.
all right.
All right. So let's take Jose Ramirez and Franmil Reyes off the table.
Okay.
Who leads the team in home runs?
Who else is on the team, Joe?
Exactly.
All right. So let me just think about this roster real quick.
I could run down the roster resource lineup if you'd like.
Yeah, that would definitely be helpful.
Leading off in center field is Miles Straw. Second at shortstop is Ahmed Rosario. Third and fourth are Jose Ramirez and Franmil Reyes. Fifth is right field Josh Naylor. Sixth is first base Bobby Bradley. Seventh is second base Andres Jimenez. Eighth is catcher Austin Hedges. And ninth is left fielder Stephen Not Michelle Kwan.
Never heard of him.
Which one of those 7 guys, or perhaps somebody that we're not thinking of,
Do they have a bench?
uh, whatever a Brian Lavastida is,
Yes,
what
him.
position
Let's go
does
with
he
him.
play? What position does he play?
God, I don't know.
He's the backup catcher. Yu Chang, I've been hearing about this dude for like half a decade.
Yeah.
Owen Miller, sounds
Owen
like,
Wilson.
well, I was going to say that sounds like somebody's, like, just the guy that you would hear about in somebody's bridal party. Like, oh yeah, that's Bobby so and so, that's Phil so and so, that's Owen Miller. He's the bride's cousin on her mother's side. Anyway, Oscar
Love
Mercado
it.
is the other guy on the bench.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, God.
Mhm.
Honestly, like I feel like the most obvious answer is Bobby Bradley, just because like he's a first baseman that maybe can hit for power one day in his lifetime. But I I I kind of hate that guy. I don't.
This team is awful. This team is dreadful without
Yeah,
those two bats. And
I don't.
those two bats are not going to like all of a sudden make them really great.
Right. Is Josh Naylor like healthy now from his
From his
horrible injury?
Yeah, from his destroyed leg. I hope so. I
Okay.
really, really hope so.
I mean, I think just by default, because of Naylor's injury, I have to go with Bobby Bradley, but like
Okay. I'm gonna
feel
say
bad.
Ahmed Rosario.
Okay.
Like there's no reason to not believe in this dude.
Okay. He's
Just give
the
that a
next
shot.
most talented player on that team. So
Right. Right. All right, that'll move us on to the Detroit Tigers. And the Tigers one, I have one that we've already covered. So just like with Boston Red Sox, Mike Haber, who has the most saves on the Detroit Tigers in 2022.
um I'm gonna go with the guy that I think had the most chances last year, and that's Gregory Soto.
Okay. I think I tend to agree with you, especially given that he's the lefty, and
Mm.
I just feel like he's going to be more inclined to be utilized late in the game. And with the three batter rule, if there's any lefty or switch hitter up in that inning, you're probably going to Soto.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, I mean, it's nice too that they have Chafin now because he can be the lefty specialist
Hmm.
if need be. And now
Yeah,
Soto
prior to the
should
ninth
be
inning,
the
like
closer.
any lefty
Yeah.
before the ninth inning, you go to that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Michael Fulmer is a nice pick if
Mhm.
we're drafting here because
Because of the
Gregory
SP eligibility.
the SP eligibility, and if Soto closes
If
2
he's
days in a
terrible,
row, like Fulmer's obviously the next in line.
these are definitely dudes I would want to pair. These are
Yeah.
definitely dudes I would target if I'm picking at a wheel.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that'll move us to the Houston Astros. Their team ERA in 2021 was 3.76, and that's where I'll put the number. Over or under 3.76 ERA for the Houston Astros.
Can you tell me where that was in relation to other teams?
Yeah, I think I can find that information for you. 2021 team ERA.
I'm trying to think of the bullpen now too.
Houston ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th.
Seventh.
Between the Yankees at 3.76 and the Braves at 3.88. Best in the league was the Dodgers, 3.01.
Wow. Holy shit.
Worst in the
Um,
league, no surprise, Baltimore. We talked about it.
right. So we subtract Zach Greinke.
Mm-hmm.
We subtract McCullers, who's hurt. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully he comes back. Um, but we're gonna add Verlander now.
Right. The rotation shakes out as Valdez, Odorizzi, Verlander, Urquidy, Luis Garcia. Christian Javier's out in the bullpen again. Ryan Presley, Ryan Stanek, Hector Neris, Phil Maton, Blake Taylor, Pedro Baez, Rafael Montero, Seth Martinez, and Brandon Belak. That's the whole pitching staff
Okay.
to start the
Um,
season.
okay. I'm gonna take the slight under.
Under. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Why the under here?
I think, I mean, I like this. I like the staff with the addition of Verlander and all the positives he can bring here. And the names that you mentioned are not nobodies. Like that's a solid five, not to mention like McCullers could be coming back, which I think would only help.
Yeah.
And Presley is pretty much lights out, and the rest of the bullpen, who knows?
Joining us right now from Vineland, New Jersey, Frank Bucco stepping in here. Frank, we've got quite a list here this evening. I'm going to run them down as quickly as possible. We're about, I don't know, what'd you say, about 6 or 7 in, Mike?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, Frank. Baltimore Orioles team ERA over or under a 5.84. You're muted, Frank.
Over.
Over the team ERA of a 5.84. Who's going to have the most saves in Boston this year?
What are the options?
Probably got Matt Barnes, Garrett Whitlock, perhaps Jake Diekman, Ryan Brazier if you're feeling weird.
I would say Diekman.
Diekman? Okay.
Yeah.
Luis Robert, over or under the batting average of 299.
Can I say something a little interesting about that?
What's that?
So if he's healthy, yes, over 299. If he's not, then no.
All right. So I think we have to have a qualifier here. We have to have a number of at bats.
Okay.
What's the number of at bats you would feel comfortable?
400.
Mike, you in on that?
Yeah, I was thinking 400. Frank's just in my brain right now.
I was going to say
I'm always in
350,
your
so I'm
brain.
down with 400.
Yeah.
400 at bats is the qualifier there. Okay.
Has to hit over 299. Got it.
Yes. And you're taking the over. Got it. Over 299.
I'll take that.
Who is going to have the most wins on the Chicago White Sox?
Giolito.
Okay. Who? Here's the one for the Guardians. Now this one you have to go with me on.
Gotta
We're gonna take Jose Ramirez and Franmil Reyes off the table. After those two guys, who's gonna have the most home runs on the Guardians?
Bradley Zimmer.
Okay. Who's gonna have the most saves in Detroit?
Michael Fulmer.
Okay. The Houston Astros team ERA last year was 3.76. Over or under this year?
If Verlander pitches, under.
Okay. Verlander's supposed to be fully healthy and ready to go. He's looked great this
Okay,
spring.
so then under.
Under 3.76. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That brings us to the Kansas City Royals, gentlemen.
All right.
Frank, I picked this one specifically for you. It's Bobby Witt home run total 19.5. Over or under?
Over.
Mike Haber, over or under 19.5 home runs for Bobby Witt?
I'll go over as well.
You know what? Let's root for the kid, and we'll all go over, and we'll
Yeah.
see if anybody wants to take the under on that at any point. All right. This is the Angels one. This is a fun one. All right. We're going to take Ohtani, Trout, Walsh, and Rendon. Games played, over or under combined total of 500. Now, here's how I came to that number. 162 games times 4 guys would be 648 games.
Okay.
But they're not all playing 162.
Right.
So I took 100 games off. And I was at 550. And 550 divided by 4 would be 137.5 games per person. So they all have to play 138 apiece. That's still a lot. So I took another 50 off. What I'm asking here is you're going to get 125 games from each of those 4 guys.
Ohtani, Trout,
Walsh, and Rendon.
and
It's
Rendon.
the 4 guys in the Anaheim lineup that we're all like, yeah, this is why we're buying into the Angels. I'm essentially asking, are the Angels going to have a good season?
I'm gonna take the under on that.
Okay. Mike?
I was gonna take the under as well, not because I think we'll get a repeat of last year, but because I think the odds are that one of them spends significant time on the IL, and I think that would cut into your total a bit there. I don't think
It's a
it'll
very
be
valid
like
point.
I don't think it'll be Trout, Walsh, Rendon all on the IL, but at least one of them will spend
Mhm.
40 games on the IL.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
And there's the other idea that what if Jared Walsh is still absolutely atrocious against lefties and isn't a platoon by midseason? That's going to cut
possible.
into it too.
That's possible, yeah.
So for that reason, I'll take the under. All right. Mike Haber, who's going to have the most wins in Minnesota?
Most wins in Minnesota. As much as you want me to say Sonny Gray, I'm not going to.
This one was for you.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a fun pick. I'm gonna say Bailey over.
Bailey Ober. I heard him described today as a 6'9" alien in their rotation, and okay, go for it.
I like those odds then. Yeah.
Okay, Frank, who are you taking in the Minnesota pitching staff for most wins?
Who's even there anymore?
So their rotation on roster resource as it stands right now is Sonny Gray at the top, Bailey Over in the 2 spot, Joe Ryan, Dylan Bundy, and Chris Archer.
Oh God.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Kenta Maeda will not be there. He has Tommy John.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Sonny Gray.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna take Joe Ryan then. You know what? Give me the kid. Give me the kid that they got for Nelson Cruz last year. They seem to believe in him. I'll believe in him.
Watch, we're all wrong. It's gonna be Dylan Bundy in a renaissance season.
He had that in 2020. That's no. Over or under 14 starts for him this year before they punt him back to the bullpen like they did last year.
Over or under, he throws up on the mound twice this year.
Oof. I'll take the under, but I think you're good for one.
Yeah.
All right. Over or under 14 starts for Dylan Bundy.
I'll take the over.
Okay.
I'll take the under.
I'll take the under. All right, Mike, here's your Yankees one.
Okay.
Aaron Judge, Joey Gallo, Giancarlo Stanton. What are we talking about?
Who has the most home runs or who has the most strikeouts?
No. I want them all together. I want to know how many strikeouts they're going to have combined. And I'm asking you 449 and a half. That's 150 a guy.
Can you give me their strikeout totals from last year, or are you not allowed?
I can absolutely do that.
Okay.
That's findable information. Like you could also look it up. I wonder if there's Google. Last year, Aaron Judge struck out 158 times in 550 at bats. So right on the number. Giancarlo Stanton last year struck out 157 times in 510 at bats. And Joey Gallo,
I know he exceeded that by a.
He led the league in strikeouts with over 200. So
No,
what I'm asking you is, are these guys going to stay healthy?
Healthy enough to surpass that strikeout total?
If you take the over. Or you could take the under and root for them not to strike out.
Even if Judge and Stanton are not healthy, Gallo can break that number. So I'm gonna go over that.
Okay. Frank?
I'll take the over as well.
Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. I kind of set this at a lower number, but I still think there's a way they could get under this. Like if Gallo misses time, this goes under.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Who's going to have the best batting average in Oakland, Frank?
God, Jed Lowry.
Okay. That's an answer. He's supposed to hit
I'll take it.
5th. He's supposed to be their DH and hit fifth.
I mean, is there really any other option?
Yeah, the 8 others.
Yeah,
Okay.
perhaps up to 12 more.
Uh,
Mike Haber, who do you have if Frank's got Jed Lowry? It's a good pick.
let's see who's on this team. Oh, you know who I liked last year? Hold on, I'm just going through
Going
puberty.
through
real
second
quick.
puberty,
I was
like
just
you're,
going to
like
say
you're,
that too.
Yeah, yeah. I've been talking to children.
like the
all day.
children you teach.
Yes, they're rubbing off on me. I'm gonna go with Tony Kemp.
Phrasing.
Oh, okay. I'm going with Tony Kemp.
Tony Kemp. All right, good leadoff hitter. They must see something in this guy. I don't necessarily see it. Seth Brown. I don't know. This is more like, who do you guys believe in on this team? And
Yeah.
I like Lowry as the pick, but I'll take Seth Brown as like a, who is this guy? Let's follow him for the season.
Yeah.
Frank, who's going to lead the team in saves on the Mariners?
Oh, that's not fair.
Jesus.
I don't
Is
think
it-
is he a lefty?
Who are the options?
You got Drew Steckenrider, you got Diego Castillo, you got Paul Sewald, you got Ken Giles. You got the world's or Seattle's most famous Jew, Anthony Misowitz.
Yeah.
Sergio Romo is on this team apparently.
Yeah. I'll go with Ken Giles
Okay.
if he's healthy.
Giles on the bounce back season.
Giles on the bounce back season.
He should be
But-
healthy. I don't see why he
Yeah.
wouldn't be. He's
Well,
he hasn't pitched since the 2020 season, and that was only 3 innings. So
word.
yeah. So
I'll
he's
go Ken Giles.
All right. Mike, who do you have for closer in Seattle this year?
Man. I think I'm gonna have to go. I as amazing as Paul Sewald was last year, I don't necessarily fully believe in him. I don't know why, but I don't. So I'm gonna go with Steckenrider.
All right, I'll take Diego Castillo as I do most seasons in the bigs. All right, here's the Tampa Bay Rays one. This is a fun one.
I think
I
I know
took
where
what
this
I-
one-
So last year I said, who's going to throw 120 innings for this team? And we came up with 2 names by the end of the season. Rich Hill, who was off the team by midseason, and Shane McClanahan, who wasn't even on the opening day roster. I'm going to kick it up 10 innings, 129 and a half innings. Who's going to throw more than that? How many guys? And you have to name them. Frank. The rotation is Shane McClanahan, Drew
Mhm.
Rasmussen, Corey Kluber, Ryan Yarborough, Luis Patino.
How many guys are going to throw more than 120 innings?
129 innings. Got to
29
get to
innings?
130. Got to get to 130.
Right. I'm going to say McClanahan and Yarborough. That's it.
That's it. 2 guys. All right.
Yep.
Mike, who do you have?
I wouldn't be shocked if Rasmussen got close to that. I mean, he was pretty reliable last year, but they only had him for half a season.
Right. All
gonna-
told last year, he threw 76 innings. Total.
Okay. And he was in the bullpen in Milwaukee, I believe.
Mhm.
He wasn't a starter. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, he only threw
Um,
15 innings there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a chance on him. Let's go McClanahan, Rasmussen. Kluber's gonna get hurt. I don't know if Patino is built up for that, but you know what? Let's go Patino too. I'm gonna go with those 3.
You're going to go 3 of them.
Yep.
All right. And that was McClanahan.
Rasmussen, Patino.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say definitely McClanahan. Definitely Yarborough. That dude has a rubber arm. I think Patino's ready to take that next step, though he only threw 77 innings last year. So
Yeah.
he's probably not going to get there. I'll say the third one's Kluber.
Okay.
Is there one more? I feel like there should be one more, but
I
I
mean,
don't
it's
think that's it. I
Shane
think that's
Baz.
no. He's hurt. They're not going to push him at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, McClanahan, Yarborough, and Kluber for me. All right. This will move us on to the Texas Rangers. I'm going to take Marcus Semien and I'm going to take Corey Seager and I'm going to ask you guys how many combined runs and RBIs will they have together over or under 349 and a half?
Runs and RBIs combined.
I'm asking 88 runs and RBIs apiece per guy.
Are you asking me first?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take the under because I don't necessarily see both of them translating at their peak to Texas and their lineup.
Frank, over
Same
or
thing.
under? Same thing? Okay.
Yeah,
You know
I'm gonna
what?
take the under.
I'll root for him. I'll take the over here. I don't see any way that there are going to be a whole lot of other people driving in runs here. I'm not exactly buying in on Adalis Garcia. I mean, I like Mitch Garver and I like Nathaniel Lowe, but I don't necessarily believe that they're going to drive in 100 runs. So give me these guys. Frank Bucco, who is going to lead the team in home runs for Toronto? Did Frank freeze on us? I think he froze on us. Oh, there he is. Frank, who's going to lead the team in home runs in Toronto?
Vlad Guerrero.
Okay. It's a safe bet. Very safe bet. Mike Haber, do you echo it or are you going somewhere else?
I kind of have to echo it. I can't bet against that guy.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to take Vlad off the board, but I'm also thinking like George Springer could pop 45 homers too.
I would George
Oscar
Springer was my
Hernandez
second
could have a
choice.
big year. Like
Yeah.
there are guys on this team that could potentially outslug him, but this is the safe bet.
Yeah.
We'll move over to the NL and we're going to start in Arizona. Mike Haber, Arizona's team ERA last year was 5.11. Over or under?
Well, they are better than the Orioles, maybe. I'm gonna go. They're bad. They're so bad. I'm
They're
gonna go
very bad.
over. I'm gonna go.
All right. Over.
I'm gonna take the same.
All right. Frank's going over as well. You know what? I'll take the under. Not because I actually believe in this team, but like they can't be worse. They can't possibly be worse than they were last year. They lost 110 games last year. They were awful.
Yep.
They cannot possibly be worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll take the under and hope that they throw to like a 4-9.
There you go.
All right,
Fair.
let's talk about the Atlanta Braves, Frank
Yes,
Bucco.
please.
All right. I'm going to take Austin Riley and I'm going to take Matt Olson. I'm going to add them together and I want their home run total over or under a very nice 69.5.
Over.
Over
Yes.
the total home runs. All right.
Yes.
He thinks they're each going to hit 35 or more. Mike Haber.
I am gonna be annoying and go under because I don't see Riley repeating.
Riley only hit 33 last year. You're asking him to hit a few more. Fine. Matt Olson has to translate, and he hit like 37 in Oakland. He's going to be fine. The question I'm asking you is, are they going to be healthy enough in one season to do this year? I could see it happening at some point over the next 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think it's the first season that Matt Olson's in Atlanta? Do I think that No, I'm gonna go slightly under, and that doesn't necessarily have to mean that either one of them has a bad season.
Right.
Right. That's fair.
To the Chicago Cubs, Mike Haber, will start with you, and it's Seiya Suzuki. I want to know if this guy's gonna hit 25 home runs or not. 24 and a half, over or under.
I don't really know much about him.
I know.
So let's go over. Say
All right.
a little prayer.
Believe in the guy. Believe in the guy. Over 24 and a half. Frank.
Under.
Under. Don't believe that the ballpark is going to help him in any way. I mean, on windy days it won't anyway. I don't know. I don't see a whole lot. Like, it's been Matsui, Ichiro, and Otani now as the only real Japanese hitters that have translated.
Right.
I think I'm going to go under. I think I'm going to go under 24 and a half. And he could hit 19 and still have a decent year. Frank Bucco, over or under Joey Votto's on base percentage. You both owned him last year. It was 375 last year, so I'll set it right there. Over or under 375.
I'll take the over.
Mike Haber, are you believing in a repeat of last year's numbers for Joey Votto?
I believe he can, but I'd still also believe in a slight regression because the team has only gotten worse. So that's actually tough because I think that they'll pitch around him more.
Exactly. And he's Joey Votto.
Right.
He's going to take his walks.
So I think that he'll regress in the batting average department, but I can see his on-base percentage being what it is. So I'll take the over.
All right, over 375. I'll take the under just so that I have another category where I'm not lining up with you guys. And at the end of the season, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I agree that the lineup has gotten tremendously worse. And though, yeah, they might not pitch around him, when they do have to pitch to him, he's going to pretty much be seeing their best pitches anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, Chris Bryant is a name that we've talked about a lot this offseason, and he's in Colorado for his first season. Frank Bucco runs an RBI total, over or under. When you combine them together, 199 and a half. So I'm asking you, does he get 100 RBIs and 100 runs scored?
I think the RBI numbers there, it would be, over 100, especially in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the run. I'll take the under on that.
Take the under. All right, Mike Haber, how are you feeling about Chris Bryant in Colorado?
I was gonna take the under also. Just because I'm still mad at him from last year. So I'll take the under.
All right, under 199.5. All right, I'm going to say this much. I'm going to take the under as well here. And the reason I say I'm going to take the under is something that I've sort of been waiting to talk about. Can we talk about the fact that the vast majority of Scott Boras clients immediately after signing a big deal get hurt?
Yes.
This is another one. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I don't necessarily believe in a lot of the guys around him. Like CJ Crone is good and can drive him in, but I don't know if there's outside of that enough of like run producers around.
Ryan McMahon is not a thing yet. Brendan Rodgers is not a thing yet. Charlie Blackmon used to be a thing. There's nothing here. I just don't think the runs scored is going to be there.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if Frank's still with us.
I'm here.
Okay. I'm going to go to the LA Dodgers, Frank. Who's going to lead the team in runs scored?
Fuck that team. That's how I feel. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
No. To be honest, if I had to pick somebody, and this is very, very, very dependent on where he hits in the order.
I'm
going to go with Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor to lead the team in runs scored. Mike Haber, what are you thinking for the most runs scored on this team?
I forgot about Trey Turner. Damn it.
I got to change it?
Yeah,
All right, Trey Turner.
I'm going to change it to Trey Turner.
All right.
I got to back up my MVP prediction, and I'm going to go with Mookie Betts.
I'll take Freddie Freeman. To hell with it. Like,
fuck that guy too.
I knew Frank would say that.
The person you should really be mad at is the brain trust of whoever is running the circle of demons that live in Atlanta that run that team.
Yeah, Liberty Media, fucking idiots.
You shouldn't be mad at Freeman. You shouldn't be mad at the Dodgers. You should be mad at those guys. Let's move on to the Miami Marlins. Mike Haber, who's going to lead that team in RBIs?
Who's going to lead the Marlins in RBIs?
They signed Avisail Garcia. They signed Jorge Soler.
I'm going to go Soler.
You're going to go Soler.
Yeah.
Frank, who you got for...
Who's going to lead the Marlins in RBIs?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Jesus Aguilar.
It's a good, fair spot to go. I'll take my Rookie of the Year candidate and go with Jesus Sanchez. Like, let's go. If this kid takes the step forward that Miami thinks he's going to, you could potentially see an MVP candidate birthing out of this kid. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Let's move on to the Milwaukee Brewers, and this is the important question. It all depends on how good Christian Yelich is. Over or under number of games played, Frank Bucco, 134.5.
Who are we talking about?
Christian Yelich.
Over or under 134 and a half?
Games played.
Games? Ooh. That's tough.
Yep. Last year he played 117. In 2019 he played 130.
I'll take the over.
Over. Believing in Yelich for a bounce back.
I believe in a bounce back for him.
Okay. Mike Haber, how do you feel on Christian Yelich?
Over. I'm in.
Over. We're all in on
there we go.
Christian Yelich. That's what we're talking about
it, Mr.
here.
Haber.
Yep.
All right. Frank, I got to start with you on this one as well because we're going to talk about the New York Mets.
No.
Who's going to lead the team in innings pitched?
Oh. Scherzer.
Mike Haber, I think I know what you're going to pick here.
You do? Yeah, I am going to pick it. Chris Bassett.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wow.
I was going to go wishful thinking and say DeGrom here, but I think the best option for me to do here is take Scherzer so that if Scherzer leads the team in innings, I win. And he probably does really well.
Yeah.
Mike Haber, who's going to lead the Phillies in RBIs?
Ryan Howard. No.
Wow.
Let's go. Ooh, oh man.
I'm jumping off in about 4 minutes there, gentlemen. So
Sounds good. Yeah,
sorry.
Oh, you're all right. We should be able to clear out the majority of these.
Let's take Castellanos, right? Why not?
Nick Castellanos will lead the team in RBIs for the Phillies. Frank Bucco, who do you have in that lineup?
Bryce Harper.
I'll go ahead and take Rhys Hoskins here.
No.
I don't think that's a terrible. Listen,
disgusting.
he's going to hit fifth. He's going to hit right behind
matter.
all of these dudes.
He could hit 10th. Sucks.
Okay. All right. Pittsburgh Pirates, Frank Bucco. Their team
This doesn't
ERA
have anything to do with Brian Reynolds. I don't want to bet.
Okay. Mike Haber, over or under the team ERA of a 5.08.
Oh, I'll take that bet.
God, I missed you, Frank.
Yeah. I missed you too, Mr. Haber. Trust me.
508.
5.08 was the team ERA last year.
Over that. Frank?
Yeah, way over that.
All right. I'll say the same. I don't really have anybody who's going to pitch there other than a Jose Quintana. Who's going to have the most saves in San Diego, Frank? This was, in fact, the question we had last season that made this entire show possible. So who is it this year?
Well, who's there?
Everybody.
What do you mean everybody? Start naming people.
They have 5 players.
They have, yeah. So Dinelson Lamet's going to be in the bullpen. Robert Suarez is apparently gaining traction as a possible closer. Emilio Pagan, Pierce Johnson, Austin Adams, Tim Hill, Craig Stammen, Javi Guerra, Ryan Weathers, Chris Paddock is apparently the long man. Drew Pomeranz, Luis Garcia, Michael Baez. Pick a guy.
Holy shit.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Emilio Pagan.
Pagan for the guy in San Diego. Mike Haber, how are you feeling?
I feel terrible about this decision.
It's really a terrible decision.
Yeah. So let's go with I pierced my Johnson.
Oh my God.
He's going with the Johnson.
That was your team name at one point last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's right. Okay.
I mean,
That's fair.
I don't hate the idea of Chris Paddock being in the bullpen and like eventually possibly becoming the closer because he's really only a 2-pitch pitcher. But I don't think that's happening this year.
But what does their rotation look like?
Yu Darvish, Joe Musgrove, Blake Snell, Mike Clevenger, and Nick Martinez from Korea.
Oh.
Still have Mackenzie Gore down on the farm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and. I mean, Dinelson Lamet could go into the rotation at any time too.
He could.
True.
I don't know. I'll take a chance on this Suarez guy.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe. Frank, who is going to pitch the most innings for San Francisco?
It's a pitcher's park.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Logan Webb has the same success he had last season.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Carlos Rodon.
Okay. Carlos Rodon to pitch the most innings. Mike Haber, who are you believing in?
I disagree wholeheartedly, Frank. I think Logan Webb is a Cy Young candidate this year. I'm going to go Logan.
Okay.
You're both wrong.
Okay. All right.
You're both wrong. We're going to go with Alex Cobb on this one for a really nice fucking bounce back. He's going to be really good this year.
Okay.
All right, 2 more to go here. St. Louis Cardinals up. I'm going to take Tyler O'Neill. I want to know what you guys think about this season he had last year. He had 35 homers, stole 14 bases. So I'm going to set his homer and stolen base combined total at 44.5.
Who are you asking first?
You.
Over. Way over.
He is loving Tyler O'Neill.
Oh, I love me some Tyler O'Neill. No homo.
Mike Haber.
44.5. So if he regresses in his power to like 25 home runs, he would need 20 steals, which is, I think, possible. So I'm going to take the over.
Okay.
It's very possible.
I'll take the under.
Shit, as big as he is.
I'll take the under. Look. Somebody's going to regress in this lineup. Somebody's not going to be as good as they were. And this team, I think they can compete, but somebody's going to regress here. It's either him or Dylan Carlson. I'll take the chance on him because no. Juan Soto, the final one here on the Washington Nationals. Now, I went ahead and looked up the most walks in a single season this morning. And the top 5 seasons are all Barry Bonds, right? It's Bonds, Ruth, Mark McGwire, 3 Ted Williams. The most recent one before this was Jeff Bagwell in 99. That's not like Bonds, of course. Jeff Bagwell had 149 walks in 1999.
Okay.
Juan Soto just put up tied for the 20th best season in that stat. 144.5. Is he going to do it again? Is he going to do it better in this lineup? Mike Haber.
He's going to do it again. Let's go over.
Over 144.5. Frank?
Has that lineup gotten any better?
Nelson Cruz is in it now.
And Washington?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still going to take the over on that.
Okay. I'll take the under just because it's so unseen, but I could see it happening. Frank, you got to get out of here, right?
I got a few minutes.
Okay. Well, that will conclude this portion of this. I do appreciate you stopping by, Frank. Good luck to you this week. If you have the number one pick this weekend, who are you taking?
Oh, that's for me to know and you to find out.
Ooh, look at that.
I know who you're taking.
No, definitely no. Who am I taking?
Ronald Acuna.
Absolutely not.
Would you take Ronald Acuna at 10?
If I mean, probably if I really had to.
I think I would take him at 10.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right
But
at the
not
back
number
end of
one.
the top 10, but not number one. No, not with the injury. Not with the injury. Well, guys, I drafted a keeper league this past weekend with Jason, and we play each other in the first round of that league, or the first week of that league. Do you want to see our teams?
Wow.
Yeah, so who's your you don't have to declare keepers until the end of the year, right?
No, not until the end of the season, but I will show you guys what my team looks like. I think I nailed this draft. So, I have Will Smith at catcher, Vlad Guerrero at first, Jazz Chisholm at second, Austin Riley at third, Wander Franco at short, Bo Bichette as my middle infielder, Yandy Diaz as my corner infielder, Yordan Alvarez, Joe Adell, Hunter Renfroe, Mark Canha, and Jesus Sanchez are my 5 outfielders. Franmil Reyes is my DH, Jock Peterson is my 6th outfielder, and Ha-Seong Kim is my backup infielder.
Well, how did you get Vlad and Bichette on the same team?
Right? I got Vlad. Dude, what if I told you I took Wander between them?
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
You would tell me that the people that were drafting with you minus Jason are fucking stupid.
Yeah. I was shocked to
What you
see.
tell me.
Where'd you draft?
I had the 3rd overall pick. 3rd
Okay.
overall. So it was Otani and Soto, and then me. Then all the way back down to Wander.
Wow.
Now,
Wow,
mind
why-
you, I don't know why Bo Bichette falls into the 3rd round here. I don't know why Xander Bogaerts goes before him. I don't know why Robbie Ray goes before him. I don't know why Scherzer in a keeper league goes before him.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see him here, and I was really hoping to get a pitcher in round 3. And when Bo Bichette's sitting there, I'm like, well, okay, I have to take him. And then Alvarez is sitting there in the 4th round. I have to take that guy.
Yeah.
5th round, I finally get my first pitcher in Yu Darvish. And then Austin Riley in round 6 because he's there. And third base is shallow.
And look at George Springer round 6 too. Like,
Yeah, Jason jumped on that one.
yeah, good for him.
We'll get to Jason's team here in a moment. But that's my offense. My pitching, not great.
Tommy.
Not great. Yu Darvish, Justin Verlander, Pablo Lopez, Ian Anderson, Joe Ryan, Casey Mize, Yusei Kikuchi, Trevor Bauer, Chris Flexen, Alex Cobb, Jesus Luzardo, with Andrew Kittredge and Paul Sewald as my closers.
Wow.
So my thought here is I could just draft pitching every year and keep 6 hitters.
Oh yeah.
Keep
100%.
Vlad, keep Wander, keep Bo, keep Will Smith, keep Yordan Alvarez. Guaranteed, those 5.
But then you're not drafting until what, round 5?
Everybody is going to keep six keepers, and they are your first 6 picks, regardless of where you took them.
Oh.
So there
you
is
don't-
no incentive to keep somebody you drafted later.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you get to keep them forever. So I have Vlad Guerrero for the rest of his career.
Wow.
Okay.
I have Yordan Alvarez for the rest of his career. I have Bo Bichette for the rest. I have Wander Franco These 5 guys are my team for the next decade in this league. Alvarez,
Wow.
Bichette, Franco, Vlad, and Will Smith. And then the 6th spot is either whoever's the best batter that year other than those 5 guys, or whoever the best pitcher is. And
Yeah.
I don't have to, I'm not going to keep Verlander. I'm not going to keep you Darvish.
Right.
I'm playing upside with Lopez and Ian Anderson and Trevor Bauer, like, to a lesser extent. I think, where the hell did I get Bauer? Bauer, I got in the 15th round.
All right.
Like, it didn't cost me anything.
No.
Now, let's take a look at Jason's team here. Jason's team in this league: Dalton Varsho, Freddie Freeman, Jake Cronenworth, Nolan Arenado, Francisco Lindor, Eugenio Suarez, Alex Kirilloff, George Springer, Mitch Haniger, Starling Marte, Austin Meadows, Adam Duvall, Adalberto Mondesi, Eduardo Escobar, and Chris Taylor on the offensive side. The pitching is a little bit better. He went Walker Buehler, Josh Hader, Blake Trinan, Jordan Romano, Eliezer Hernandez, Devin Williams, Brusdar Graterol, Tyler Rogers, Brady Singer, Chris Bassett, Tariq Skubal, Cole Irvin, and Hunter Green. Thoughts here?
Yeah, he's got a stacked bullpen there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah. Now, the league counts saves and saves plus holds. So you get points for both.
Oh, so yeah, this is really stacked then.
Right. But when we were looking at the players' totals or the projected totals, I was looking at it and I said, Jordan Romano's on the board. I even said this in the draft. I said, Jason, Jordan Romano's on the board. He's supposed to get like 328 points this season. Dylan Bundy is also on the board, and he's going to get 600. Why am I drafting closers?
Yeah.
Why is Dylan Bundy going to get 600?
Because it's 3 points per inning pitched.
Holy shit.
So if he pitches 140 innings, before you even talk about how many strikeouts he has, before you even talk about how many wins he has, he's already topping what a closer will do, because you're only going to get 70 innings max.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is why I couldn't do a league like this.
Yeah. I have one other league I want to show you guys, because I have 10 teams this year.
I have an over/under bet for you, Joe.
Oh, let's go back into the bet tracker. What do you got?
And Mr. Haber, I'd like your input on this as well.
Okay.
So, Brady Singer, you just brought him up.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Singer, over or under 16 wins this season?
Under.
Way under?
Way under.
Okay.
Way under.
I gotta go under too.
12
Really?
max. 12 max.
Okay.
I don't see any pitcher on this pitching staff topping 12, 13 wins.
I think that they're going to be a fine team. I think they're going to push 500, but that means that Brady Singer probably just wins 10 games. I don't think it's anywhere near 16 wins. You going to take the over?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He believes in Brady Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we talk about wins for no, we talked about innings pitched for the Mets, right?
Yeah, who was going to lead the team in innings?
Who's going to lead the team in wins?
I mean, that's
Rom, Scherzer, or Bassett?
I think it's kind of correlated with who's going to throw the most innings. But I would once again take Scherzer as the safest bet.
Okay. Mr. Haber?
No, I'm gonna go Chris Bassett.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty safe bet too.
And I'm going to take wild card, and I'm going to go DeGrom.
Okay. All right.
The wild card, you're taking the best pitcher
Yeah.
in baseball.
Wild card, the guy.
Hey, I didn't want to pick the same as you two.
True.
So
No.
we're just backing that up. Oh, but you're thinking that you think that Scherzer pitches more innings than DeGrom, but DeGrom gets more wins.
Yes,
Okay, fair enough.
really do. Because I think they're going to put him on a pitch count.
Okay.
And so if he's as dominant as he's been, you know, he can give them 6 innings at 85 pitches. You know what I mean? Where Scherzer has to literally go out there, and if he has a bad game, he gets fucking rocked.
Yeah. Who pitches more innings for the Dodgers, Andrew Heaney or Tony Gonsolin? Mike Haber?
Gonsolin, because I think Heaney will not be on this team all year.
Okay.
Well, you cut out real quick.
He doesn't think Heaney's going to be on the team all year.
No.
Okay.
What do you think, Frank?
What was the question?
Which one has more innings pitched, Andrew Heaney or Tony Gonsolin? And specifically innings for the Dodgers.
Tony Gonsolin.
Okay.
Because I agree. I don't think Andrew Heaney will be on the team after July. Or after June. No, after July.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just clicking around teams at this point, figuring out like.
He's absolute garbage last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Who's going to have the lowest ERA, minimum, call it 100 innings pitched, on the Texas Rangers?
I can't name more than 2 people in their rotation off the top of my head.
Me neither.
I know John Gray and I know Dane Dunning.
Those are the 2 that I know.
You know Martin Perez.
Oh, fuck him.
The 2 others are Taylor Hearn and AJ Alexi.
Right. What was the question?
Lowest ERA, minimum 100 innings pitched. That just cuts out the bullpen, essentially.
John Gray.
John Gray. Frank?
Nah. Dane Dunning.
Dane Dunning.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that kid to take a step forward, but
yeah, he's got to.
I feel like
the staff.
I feel pretty like okay about John Gray going from Coors to Texas.
Oh yeah. I mean they're at that point.
Joe, what do you think?
He had a bet. I could have swore, and I could be wrong, but I thought he had a better ERA at Coors Field than he did on the road.
I can look that up in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and take. Yeah, I think I have to go Dane Dunning as well. I just don't believe in Gray at all, and
No.
I mean he would have been fine if you also landed somebody to put in front of him. But if he's your ace, no thanks. Let's see. Splits. Yeah, surprisingly enough, in 2021 anyway, he had a 4.02 ERA at home and a 5.22 ERA on the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to see for his career though. It's about the same home and away for his career, a 4.65 away and a 4.54 at home. I mean, it's whatever. If he's a 4.5 pitcher, like that's probably not very good anywhere.
Yeah.
So
well, unless you're a Diamondback.
I mean,
or an Oriole.
Yeah. Who is this year's Cedric Mullins? Who's an unexpected guy you're going to see go 30-30, Frank Bugo?
Oh my God. Eddie Rosario.
You think Eddie Rosario could steal 30 bases?
Absolutely.
Okay. Mike Haber.
I think
I don't think Byron Buxton counts, right? Because he's kind of like a star anyway.
It was a guy I was contemplating for this, but I can understand saying, nah, it really doesn't work.
30-30, kind of coming out of nowhere. Do you have a name in mind while I continue to think?
I'm poring over some names here as well.
Um,
I think Trevor Story in Boston could do it, but that's again not exactly a sleeper name.
right.
Let's see.
Oh, I got it. So Cedric Mullins is a leadoff hitter. And the one thing that he focused on in 2021 that made him have this breakout was he was only hitting left-handed. So what we're looking for here is a guy who hits at the top of an order with decent enough protection that he's going to see some good pitches to hit. I'll take Brandon Nimmo for this.
Wow, 30 home runs?
Yeah,
From that guy?
from that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
He hit
bold.
17 in 2018 in 140 games. That's the last time. That's the only time he's played more than 92. You give me 150 games of this guy, and he's now 29 rather than being 25 in 2018. Yeah, I think he could push 30-30.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my man, Akil Badu.
It's a good one.
Mm,
It's a good one.
I like it.
Let's see. Who is gonna be this year's Robbie Ray? A guy you're drafting in like the middle rounds that'll just break out and be a Cy Young candidate.
Hmm.
I mean, I'll kick it off and say Pablo Lopez. I don't give a shit.
Shocker.
Well, look,
Man Crush Thursday. Here we
dude,
go.
this is beyond a man crush. I am absolutely loving Pablo Lopez. I just really want him to fucking stay healthy for once. He's never
Yeah.
thrown 125 innings.
Yeah.
So I need to actually see him throw some meaningful innings here.
Let's Tariq Skubal.
What is it with? I'm hearing this dude's name. Is this somebody I'm overlooking? Like, what is this dude?
I don't really know what he is, but I think he had pretty good peripherals last year and like pretty decent strikeout numbers, and he just like gave up the long ball, if I'm remembering this correctly.
All right, let's take a look. In 2021, 149 innings, 4.34 ERA, 8-12 on the year. 164 strikeouts is pretty nice in 149 innings. 35 home runs. Jesus.
All right.
Holy.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Especially playing in Detroit. No, thank you. I'm out on that guy. Frank, who you got for a pitcher that's going to break out this season?
I'm going to go Michael Kopech.
Nice.
He's going to be given plenty of opportunity, and getting that guy there is huge. He's going to be the 5-starter, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, I think that'll about do it. Frank, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, coming up from work. I appreciate you jumping on with us, Frank.
Sure.
Mike Haber, thank you as well for being here with us. You guys are gonna be drafting with us in the bigs here in 3 days. Mike, are you excited?
I am so pumped. I can't wait. Can't wait
Yeah,
for
me-
our pre-draft celebration, our just the discussions like during the draft, it makes it everything it is. And there aren't 15 guys I'd rather do it with. So
I can't wait. This Sunday at 4:30 in the afternoon Pacific, 7:30 on the East Coast. Guys, this is going to be terrific. I hope to see all of you in the live stream of the draft on Sunday. But I know Ben won't be there while he's drafting because that's just how Ben is. That's all right.
Yeah.
We love you anyway, Benji. We'll see you guys next time. If you're just finding us here on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring that bell so that you know when we upload new content or go live. Go ahead. If you guys are listening to us on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, thank you so much. Share this with your league mates. Give us a 5-star review or rate us or do whatever you do on your platforms. Follow us on TikTok for the bloopers and the what I'm calling hot takes and outtakes, bloopers and hot takes from our shows. Follow us on Instagram for the same things. Thank you guys once again for being here. Until next time, it's been real, it's been fun, and it is always real fun in the bigs. We'll see you guys next time.